Welcome to the manhood.neat podcast. D-Wad, it's time. I think we kind of skipped doing the top 10 on the 10s, or we're a little farther than 10, but it's time for us to revisit the list. Are you excited?
Yeah, I am. I don't know how much it's truly changed, but it's fun to go back and look at it either way.
Yeah. So we will be reviewing a bourbon that might change some things. We don't know yet. So we got that happening. But before we dive into all that, I just got to ask you, man, how's it been going since I saw you down in Georgia last time?
Yeah. Busy, man. I'm just wide open at work and worked some long days and got some long days ahead of me. I actually got out early today. So, but no, it's good, man. Work is busy for me, which is, it is what it is. Family is doing good. So, they're getting ready to kick off school. School starts back here in our county, July 31. I think we've talked about that. So a lot of sad redheads walking around my house, buddy.
It's not that far away.
No, it's not, man. So, but other than that, it's good, man. We're it's hot, buddy. We're like in a heat advisory. We have been in a heat advisory, I think, the last 3 or 4 days. So yeah, it's just hot. So
I hear that. It is squelching here too. It's the mountains are not saving me right now. It is still hot. So
yeah. How about you? Y'all been busy?
Yeah, busy. Work's been kind of summerish. I mean, so it's not super busy for me, but it's keeping me busy. Not getting bored at work. But I've been hitting a lot of projects around the house. So we're converting Kanan's room into a guest room. So I got the ceiling painted this past weekend, and I'm like, oh, it's not that big of a room. Like this one, no, dude, ceilings are terrible for painting. And I was painting it was just like plywood. I mean, because we live in a dungeon, and so it's a plywood ceiling. It took 4 coats because it just kept eating the paint,
soaking that paint up,
dude. So that was fun, and now we're getting ready to start our the one bathroom, and I was like, I gotta replace I thought I had some massive water damage because this one corner was low and stuff. So I went underneath the house, way in the very back. I've never been that far back. Got good news and bad news. The good news is there's not that much water damage. It's like maybe a 6-inch by a foot that it has to be cut out and replaced. So I'll do a little bigger than that. But that's not the reason that my bathtub is sitting and falling. It's because when they installed that bathroom or that bathtub, in order to make room for the P-trap, they cut the floor joists. Straight through
that's
it.
A problem.
Yeah.
That's a major problem.
Major problem. And it's a foot from the wall. Like from the edge of the house that holds it up is where they cut it. And so there's not really enough room to add a board. So I don't know, I'm kind of leaning towards rednecking it and jacking it and then actually just pouring another footer, cuz I mean that little 1 foot I'm not worried about because it's literally holding up nothing, right? It's the main floor joist on the other side. So it's just in my crawl space pouring a concrete footer and then putting a jacking it up and putting a post in. I mean, otherwise I got to redo all that plumbing.
Right.
So
God, that sounds like a lot of work, man. I'm not trying to put that voodoo on you, but
yeah. So I'm like, just dumb. Like, why would who thought? You know what? This board's probably not that important. I mean, what can a 2x12 really be doing? I'm just going to cut this joker.
Yeah, because they're probably thinking it's not a 3x12, so certainly it'll be fine.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So that's been my fun, and I hate house projects because every time you start one, it's just like, oh, this is way worse than I thought it was going to be. That's So.
Yeah, we're getting ready to, like I said when you were here, we're getting ready to, sure enough, kick up ours. We got to paint and do some detail work and stuff, and it's just going to be a lot of work. So
none of it's fun.
No, not at all.
No. But maybe something that'll put us in a better mood, other than talking about home repairs, is what is it that we are cracking open tonight?
Yeah, this is actually a gift to the podcast.
Yeah, sponsored bottle.
Sponsored bottle by my friend Nathan. So shout out Nathan. He's been a listener for a long time, and he's just a good friend, and we love their family. So Nathan was able to bless us with a Jack Daniel's Hero Selection single barrel proof rye. So it's a mouthful. This is a limited edition. that you can only get on U.S. military installations.
Got to be hitting up those
So
Class 6s, boys. That's where you're looking for
gotta
these.
hit the Class 6s, boys. And I don't know. So let's see. It was chosen by a man named. We need to give the guys due, right?
Yeah.
It was chosen by a man named Melvin Keebler. He was in the U.S. Navy and he worked on nuclear subs. He is currently the SVP General Manager for Jack Daniel's Distillery. Says that he served as the chief engineer over the power plant division aboard fast attack nuclear submarines, whose primary mission was to seek out enemy submarines and surface vessels. Says community, camaraderie, and the importance of mission are the core principles that I feel my military service shares with my work today at the Jack Daniel's Distillery. It is my privilege to select this whiskey in honor of the men and women who continue to serve and protect our freedom. Mr. Melvin Keebler. So, thanks, Melvin, for your service.
Yeah, thank you, sir, and for this selection. Well,
yeah.
Actually, we better taste it before we thank him for what he selected.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your service. We'll determine your palate here in about 10 minutes.
That's right.
Mash bills the same for most of these. Rye, this barrel proof rye, Jack Daniel used the same recipe. 70% rye, 18% corn, 12% malted barley. So for those of you in Iowa, Austin, Tuscaloosa, obviously Josh Heupel, Nerds on North Avenue, it's going to be 60.6% alcohol, which means it's 137.2 proof.
Nice.
Yeah, I've gone back over the archives. I believe this may be the highest proof we've had to date.
Oh, really? Have we had
Yes.
nothing? We've had nothing hazmat as together? I guess not. I mean, we have, but not for the cast.
We have, but not on wax.
That's right.
The other cool thing is if you look on the side of it, it will tell you the barrel house number. And to add even more mystique, this came out of the Coy Hill Barrel House.
Yeah.
So
this could be like.
I don't want to cause some FOMO with our sole listener, but
it could be the Coy Hill Rye of the Year, right? So
yeah,
yeah.
So yeah, it's nice and dark. Comes with a necklace and I'm
some dog tags. Got little dog tags on it.
Yeah. Don't yours have dog tags?
Oh, they do. Yeah. Yep. I've already got mine poured. So.
Oh, okay. Well, let me try to give a cork pop here then. God, it sounded so good on my end. Well, tell me what you think about it since you already got yours poured.
All right. So I'm gonna go straight off. We're gonna hit that color up. It is dark, caramely color. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty to look at.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've got a little bit. I probably got a 2.5, maybe 3 ounce pour tonight, but
yeah, that's hefty.
Yeah.
That is hefty. Yeah, the color is super dark. And the nose is nice.
Yeah.
It's like banana nut bread for me.
Man, I don't get banana on this. I get now I get when you say the nut bread part, right? So I'm getting those spices. I get some of that nuttiness, but I'm more dark fruit in the smell.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, it's I know it's only like 18% corn, but I get a little bit of toasted corn on the nose as well.
Do you get anything sweet?
Well, I mean, like apricot, like dark fruit like that. I mean, that's got some sweetness to it, right? So
I get like some like coffee, like ice cream, kind of sweet. I don't know. I mean, it is definitely rye. Like I get the rye, right? But like on the very back end, I kind of get just a little vanilla. It's nice.
Yeah. No. Well, cheers, sir.
Yeah. Cheers.
It's
That's
nice.
pretty nice, man.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Good night. That is very nice.
Yeah.
Like it's strong. Like you can tell it's proofy.
But it's heat proofy, right? It's not burn. But yeah,
I get like some peppermint, like some rye. Of course, the rye, like I get rye bread, a little bit of lemon. It's very oily,
So I definitely get the mint. I'm getting Do you get any like? So maybe this is me coming from that dark fruit. Like I get, like really sticky raisin, like raisins that are like the real, like they stick together because they got so much sugar in them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like I'm picking some of that up. I get that, and then like I said, the rye. So you got your clove, you got your bacon spices, that kind of stuff. I get a little bit of the vanilla that you were smelling. I'm picking just a tin of that up on the, on the flavor and the palate there.
But is it like on the really back end for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'll tell you now. I've only taken one sip, and that's because the finish is still rolling. Like this is a long finish. This is not 92 proof. This ain't 100 proof. This is legit. It's super oaky on the finish, man, but it's not that dry oak. It's sweet. It's like caramel. Man, this is gonna sound really weird, but the oak and the sweetness, like it's like oak ice cream. If that makes sense. Like it's just, man.
So I know it sounds kind of gross, but I just burped a little bit. And on the burp, I got green tea, man. Like so, but no,
that's hilarious.
The finish, it is lengthy for sure. I mean, this thing it's hitting on all the things I'm looking for, to be honest with you.
Good.
Yeah. So Nathan, thank you very much. I do not have military connections anymore, so I would not be able to go out and find this myself. So it's good that you do. But yeah, I mean, it's like I'm going back and I'm hitting the nose again. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw a score.
Legit.
I'm scoring this pretty high. Like,
okay.
I mean, I came in with high expectations because I knew, and so I was trying to temper myself not to just be like, hey, let's hype it up in your head,
Yeah.
But I mean, it's proofy. I like ryes anyways. I'm kind of a rye guy. 87.
Yeah.
87.
Yeah. I'm gonna be right there with you, honestly. Like that's what I kind of had in my mind. So, man, this is legit, dude.
Yeah.
Like this is so good.
So, and I know we haven't reviewed this, and we won't because we're not going to find a bottle of it. But you and I tasted. Was it last year or the year before? Is Coy Hill? 2 years ago, Coy Hill.
We tasted the very first Coy Hill.
Okay. And it was dang good too, right? Where do you?
Yeah.
If you were to put them side by side, so we had the Coy Hill. Now was not a rye; it was a Tennessee whiskey. So which one? What if I put them side by side? Where are you going?
Yeah, that's tough because they're both. I mean, they're just so solid. I've had the second version of Coy Hill, so I've had the first batch
or last year.
Last year's.
Okay,
I had last year's. So I would put batch 1 Coy Hill, this, and then batch 2.
Okay. Did you? Yeah. You haven't had the third one. You didn't have this year's Coy Hill.
No, I'm waiting on my single childless brother-in-law to go buy it so I can have some.
I'm still a little upset with my guy that he sold my bottle, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm waiting on my brother-in-law who's got single man money to go buy it so I can taste it.
So you're at 87 on this too? Are you going? Okay.
Yeah, man, this is so good, dude.
Yep. So
I already updated the spreadsheet.
Okay. Nice. So we're at
the most exciting thing. It's a value bottle.
Is it? Is it under $60?
Yeah. It's $59.99 on base.
Oh, dude. And it's tax free.
So it's truly 50. It truly hits the mark.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you can get it for that, I mean, that's got to be 100 on the value bottle all day, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's where I'd put it.
Yeah. But the thing is, word has gotten out, obviously.
Yeah.
And so a buddy of mine, so I knew this was floating around. I'd been sitting on this for a while, waiting on you to come down, right? All that whole thing. And I had called another friend of mine who works on base. And I was like, hey, bro, if you go to you go to class 6, like you need to look for this. And so he walked in and the guy at the register had bought the last one. And he was like, dadgummit. So found out later he went back the next day and they had restocked the shelves and he bought one.
No.
So and he bought me one. So that's how we both have one.
I got you.
Like he gave me one for my birthday, and then you got the one that Nathan, gave to the cast. So
Okay. So where would you have you seen this on the secondary market being resold?
I haven't. No.
So
And it may be because it's military only. Maybe there's not a. I don't know. Maybe there is a secondary market. And I don't know, but I haven't haven't really seen it out.
I guess it'd probably be kind of like black market, So, find a buddy who's in the military, and so it's definitely a unicorn out there because of that, but it also does restrict how many people can buy it. So if you know somebody, there might still be some around.
Yep.
But if you can find it, it's 100 on the value score all day long.
Yeah, that's the problem though, man. It's like you can't find it.
Yeah.
Like you have to have. Now we're fortunate, like where we're at. Like I have multiple contacts between several different military bases, so like I can make a phone call, and I'm fortunate in that regard. But not every. I mean, what's the closest military base to you?
Oh, what's the Army? There's an Army fort up outside of north of Nashville. I can't remember the name of it though. But that or North Carolina, you got a bunch. You got Bragg over there and stuff. But there's nothing within an hour of me, or two, probably for that matter. So I don't know anybody here, and I doubt that the Guard Armory has a liquor store in it. So,
yeah, I don't think they do.
But yeah.
All right, so value score, you're seriously at 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if 50 on the value score, you're getting what you're paying for. 100 would be twice, and I think this is over twice. I mean, if you're talking regular Coy Hill, you're talking $400, $500, right?
Yep, that's true.
That's kind of where that's why I'm at. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong.
What would you pay for this?
I'm cheap. What would I pay for it? Or what do I think it's worth?
Just hit me with both while we're chatting. Well, first of all, let me give you my thing since you're talking, I just asked you a question. I'll give you a chance to think about it. Like, this is a wonderful value, but the fact that you can't find it like that, that knocks it for me, Oh,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that knocks it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be like at an 85.
Okay.
Which should put us at what? 90?
It's 7.5 different, so 93.5.
Okay.
So
yeah, I think that, this is incredible. Like, it's so good. Like, I'm so thankful that Nathan shared this with us. It's so good. But if somebody ran into me at work tomorrow and was like, bro, man, where'd you find it? How can I get it? I'm just gonna be like, yeah. And that's a knock for me. Yeah.
So I can see this being worth because it's hard to get, right? So if you come across some guy's got it in his trunk of his car and there's no cops around, I'm not sure what the legality is buying a bottle off your buddy, right? But like $200, I have a hard time spending $200 of my money on any alcohol. You know what I mean? Yeah. But this, where the market's at, it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'd say.
I agree. No, I agree 100%. It's funny you mentioned the market. Like, the market is 1,000% starting to shift, man. You're starting to see. Did you see where Eagle Rare is going to have a 12-year offering this year?
Yeah.
And the story is that they got a bunch of old whiskey that they need to get rid of because the market is shifting. And so they thought, hey, we can just make a special Eagle Rare.
Yep.
And yeah, so it's 1,000% starting to shift. Like, I don't know, like in Teleco where you're at, but I'm starting to see some prices coming down,
Yep.
So
there's less and less stuff behind the glass that used to be behind glass. It's on the shelf now.
Yep. Yeah, and it's going to benefit people who really are who really are into whiskey. Like, you're going to see older stuff, and it's going to be more readily available to get older stuff. My nephew is doing an internship up in Atlanta for PepsiCo, and he was telling me that the store that's right by like the Airbnb that he's like renting for the next couple of months has all of their Whistle Pig stuff, like all of it. It's like rock bottom dirt cheap because nobody's buying it.
Yeah.
And Whistle Pig has some like fancy Boss Hog editions that have like a samurai head cork stopper, that's like $500. He said they're all sitting on the shelf for like a couple $100.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, starting to see a change.
We might be able to get some stuff we never would have bought, in the coming months. So, all right. So this is the top 10 on the 10 episode. So we're just going to go through the top 10, what we've rated the top 10 so far. And then I've got a few questions we're going to throw in. They're all kind of silly other than the last one. So if you're here only for like the deeper topics, you just fast forward to the end of the episode because there's only one serious question on this. But if you want to hear us be stupid, you can just keep listening. So let's start. Do you want give me the top? No, actually, we're going to reverse order. So give me 10, 9, and 8.
Okay. So number 10 is going to be Smooth Ambler Old Scout. Do you want me to give you a score too?
Yeah.
Okay. So Smooth Ambler Old Scout was at a 78. It was tied with 1792 Foolproof, which was also at a 78. Number 9 is ASW Fiddler Toasted Bourbon at 78.25. And number 8 is Joseph Magnus Triple Cask, 78.5.
Okay, so right there in the 78. So we're definitely having more things in that top echelon. So I think the first time we did a top 10 on the 10s, we were like, well, actually, the first time we did it was only 10. So it's just the first 10. Yeah. But yeah, we're definitely because I think a lot of our stuff's kind of in the mid 60s, right? It's kind of where the bulk of our reviews are at. Okay, so what's getting close?
And the ASW is new since the last 10 on the 10s that we did. That's a new entry.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So football season's getting close. I know that you like to watch games as much as I do. So I've got the preseason top 10 here. Okay. And I want you, as I go through them, to say, first is it too high now? And will they finish the season higher or lower than their current rating? Okay. So number 10 is Illinois.
Illinois is number 10?
Number 10. Too high, too low?
Well, I think that's way too high.
All right. So you think they'll finish way lower than that?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. Man, I can't believe that.
I agree.
Now they do, was it a quarterback? They've got somebody that was a standout. I can't remember who it was, but that's crazy to me that they're going to be a top 10 team.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Number 9 is LSU. Too high, too low, just right.
I think they're going to finish higher. I think that they've put some money into their NIL, like of course everybody does and has. I think Brian Kelly's gonna have them right. I'm not a Brian Kelly fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I think he's gonna hit. I guess what am I trying to say? He's gonna get lucky. I think it might be there's a chance for it to be the perfect storm. Like they've got some track stars in their backfield, so yeah, I think they'll be higher.
Okay. Number 8 is Bama.
See, and this is so hard because I don't like Alabama at all. But the problem I have is Kalen DeBoer has never, until last year with Jalen Milroe, he has never had a quarterback throw under 4,000 yards. Think about that.
Yeah.
That's an incredible stat, right?
But he's never coached in SEC though either, has he?
That's true. But to be fair, Milroe was not a very good quarterback, and you can tell that by how he went in the draft. He did not have the intangibles. So I think that this kid that they have, I think his last name is like Sampson or something like that. I think he's been in the program for a couple of years. I think he has a chance to be special. With all that being said, I think I'm just going to go like even. I think they'll finish there.
Okay.
I think they're going to have a tough road to hoe, man. I really do.
All right. Number 7 is Clemson.
That blows me away. Clemson's number 7?
Yep.
Wow. I think they're going to be lower than that. I don't think they're going to finish that high.
See, I think if they can get through some of their non-con games, I just don't see. I know Miami's right outside the top 10, but I just don't see the ACC really having a whole lot. And I think that I think that I know he's had a couple down years, but he doesn't really have people leaving the program. And so I think that he's got a chance to have gotten them right. So I think that they're kind of about right is kind of where I got them. All right, number 6 is Oregon.
Oregon. I think, man, that's going to be tough too because they've got a new quarterback. But also Dan Lanning is there. And I like Dan Lanning. He came from Georgia. I think because there's going to be a lot of pressure on them because they've kind of been like right there a couple times. Man, it's going to be tough. You said they're at number 6?
Number 6.
6, yeah. I'm good with leaving them at 6.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this year's going to be interesting for them, no doubt.
I think they're about right too. They've obviously got talent. This is their second year in the Big Ten, so they've seen everybody. Well, most of the people that are going to play, and so I think that that some of those growing pains will lessen. But I think 6 is about right. Number 5 is the stupid Irish, Notre Dame.
I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be way lower.
Yeah, I think they're too high.
They got a brand new quarterback. Now, granted, they've got an absolute like a set of Frigidaires for offense. Their offensive line is just massive. And they're coming off a high win. I mean, they beat Georgia in that semifinal game pretty handedly, and that makes me grind my teeth to say that. But to be fair, I mean, they kind of handled Georgia, and so, but with all that being said, I think they're going to finish lower than that.
Yeah, I do too, because Notre Dame is, when they do have a good year, they usually fall apart the next year. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to be in the top 5. Number 4 is Penn State. I'm going to go ahead and start with this one. I think they are rated way too high. Penn State, I don't care how good you are. If you can't beat Michigan and Ohio State, it doesn't really matter. And they just, like Franklin hasn't proved that he can win big games.
Yeah. And, the thing I think people are riding on is their quarterback. This is his senior year. And so he, this is a chance for him to have his best moments, right? So I think that's why people are looking at that. But, I mean, didn't they they lost to Oregon in the Big Ten championship, and then they lost to Notre Dame, right? Is that right?
Well,
or did they beat Notre Dame? Who did Ohio State play? No, they lost to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're too high.
Yep. All right, number 3 is them dogs, UGA.
Yeah. Okay. So as a Georgia fan, this is right where I want to be. Right. Yeah. Not a lot of pressure. Right. We're not number 1. Kirby can go in the locker room and go, look, they still don't believe in you. So like as a Georgia fan, this is where I want to be. I do think that while our season is going to be, our schedule's tough this year. I think it was tougher last year. I expect them to finish either 1 or 2.
Okay.
Go Dogs.
So number 2 is Ohio State.
And I hate Ohio State.
I
hate Ryan Day.
His stupid
beard.
Face. Yeah.
Yeah, God, it's the worst. Ohio State fans are so unreasonable. I saw a guy at work the other day, just jokingly. He had Ohio State tag on the front of his truck. I flagged him down. I was like, sir. I was like, there's something wrong with the front of your truck. And he was like, what? And I was like, there's something on it. So he like puts it in park. Maybe looking back, maybe I'm a jerk for this, but he puts it in park. He gets out of his truck, and I was like, see, look, there's this thing on the front. It was a Ohio State tag. He looked at me and he was like, are you kidding me? You made me get out of my truck for that? And I was like, I was just joking, man. Like we like football in the South down here. So anyways, maybe I was a jerk for that. I'll have to think about that. I don't know. I think they've got good kids. They've got a good recruiting class. I don't think they're going to finish this high, though. I think that they have issues with like dominating people.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Number 1 is Texas, who I hate just as much as Ohio State.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on Sarkisian this year.
I don't think Texas will finish number 1. You got Archie Manning coming in, all the hype that he's been building in his head for years. And I mean, he might be awesome, but that's a lot of pressure your first year as a starter to live up to.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Arch's got a lot of shoes to fill, big shoes to fill. Not Quinn Ewers by any stretch of the imagination. I think just the pressure of playing in Austin and playing for Texas.
And having the Manning
Texas,
last name.
yeah, oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. And then they've spent a lot of money on NIL. You know, they've got this kid that Georgia was after. His name's Justice Terry. He's a giant. He's 6'5", 268. Like he's a big boy. They've got some other studs, man, and they've spent a lot of money. You know, now granted they got old money, they got Tito's money, right? But in the end, it's going to be a lot of pressure. And do you know who they open up with this year?
no.
Ohio State.
Oh, well, good. One of them will lose. So,
Yep.
yeah.
And then I think the other factor to that is this is going to be their second full year in an SEC schedule, but it's going to be the opposite. So like they got to come to Athens this year. You know, like they're going to get, you know, there was kind of like this kind of, you know, grumbling that the SEC gave them a sweet first year schedule to kind of show like they could win the SEC, and of course they didn't. So I don't know.
Yep.
But I don't think they're going to finish number one.
All right, we'll move on. Again, if you don't care anything about football or stupid stuff, just fast forward to the end. I do promise there is actually a pretty decent question I got for D-Watt at the end. But let's go through the next. So let's go 7, 6, 5.
All right. So number 7 is going to be Booker's Storyteller's Batch. And that was from 2024. It was an 81. We've got George Dickel, Bottled and Bond, number 3, with an 82. And then number 5 is going to be Michter's Rye Barrel Strength at 83.
Okay. So the first rye on the list. Right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So my next question for you is staying in football for one more question is right. I'm going to go through the 2 teams that matter most to this podcast. We're going to go through UGA schedule and we're going to go through Nebraska schedule. Okay. I'm going to give you an over under, and I want you to say over or under. Okay. That's how over unders work, in case you were curious.
No, that's good. You know, for a long time, I didn't know how that worked.
Okay.
So, which means that somebody else doesn't know.
Yeah. So for you, we'll go UGA first. So I've got the over under at 10.5 wins. Okay.
Okay.
So, and if you want to tell me win, loss, you know, whatever, as we go through it, you can do it that way too. So you guys open up against Marshall High School, right?
Hey, that is the Thundering Herd, man. You're going to put some respect on their names,
that's right,
sir.
So is that a win or loss?
I think that's going to be a win.
Okay. Yep. Then you guys play Austin Peay High School.
Yeah. Again, what is their mascot?
I have the Fighting Peas.
Fighting Corners. Yeah.
I don't know. So that's obviously a win, right? So you got 2.
Yep.
Then you guys go to Tennessee.
To old Rocky Top.
Yep.
I think we're gonna whip the Bobby Hills, man. Have you seen any of the drama with the Nico, their quarterback?
Oh yeah.
Like it. And again, I think I said this in an earlier cast when it came out, but kudos to Josh Heupel for standing on business and saying, "Hey, look, man, like you're not the only one. Like we have a program to run here." Like I give Josh Heupel credit for that, for basically telling that kid to pound sand. But there's been a lot of stories that have come out afterwards, and it's just disappointing, man. His family was super involved. Apparently, they were paying this kid $8 million, Aaron.
Yeah.
$8 million for his dad to go, hey, we need some more weapons. Yeah. And my first thought is, why don't you give me $1 million back?
Right.
And then we'll go get you, you know, like that's just crazy to me.
Yep.
Anyways.
So you think, okay, that's 3. If you think you'll beat them, then you guys,
that's 3.
Alabama comes to you.
Yeah.
That a win?
That's a win.
Okay, so that's 4.
That's the first time Alabama will be in Athens since like 2016.
Okay. Then you have
a big game.
Kentucky coming to you.
Yep. It's going to be a dub.
That's 5. Then you go to Auburn.
Yep.
Okay, that's 6. Then
6.
Ole Miss comes to you.
Yep.
Okay. So that's
a win.
7. Then Georgia, Florida, neutral site.
Win.
All right, so that's 8. Then you go to Mississippi State.
Win.
All right, that's 9. Then Texas comes to Georgia.
This is a game I'm worried about.
So, yeah, you got to give me a win or loss. You can't just say you're worried.
Well, it's going to make me look like a real homer if I just say all wins. So I do think there are two games I'm worried about. The one after Texas is Charlotte. That's a win. I'm worried about Georgia in Georgia Tech in Atlanta, and I'm worried about Texas. So if I had to give two losses, it may be one of those two.
It's probably Texas then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you're
You
at
got to think they went into 7 overtimes with Tech last year in Athens.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you're at 11 wins, right?
Yeah.
Okay, one loss. All right, that should get you in the SEC championship pretty easy.
I hope so. Let me see. Let me find the Nebraska schedule.
Yeah, I've got it pulled up here.
All right. So your first one is Nebraska, Cincinnati.
Hold on. So I did 7.5 from a over under. Okay, and I'm taking the over, and then we can go through them. So you go ahead.
Nebraska, Cincinnati.
Yeah. So that's actually
Cincy.
Nope. It's actually at Arrowhead Stadium.
Oh.
So that's the week.
Is this like a week 0?
That is. It's Thursday, August 28th.
Sweet.
Yep. 8:00 game. I think it's going to be I'm afraid it's going to be a very, very close game, but I think Nebraska wins. But I think it's going to be it's going to be too close for comfort. So, but I'm going to give Nebraska a win there. So that's one.
All right. Next is Akron High School.
Yep.
Seriously?
Yeah. So that's a win. That's 2.
In Lincoln.
All right. Yep.
What is HCU?
Houston Christian. Houston Christian. Yeah, that's a win.
Middle school?
Yeah, it's a middle school.
Is that a JUCO school?
Yeah, that's a middle school, but I think that's a win.
All right.
So that's 3.
Michigan comes to Nebraska.
I think it's gonna be close, but I actually think we win that. So that's 4.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, give me your thoughts on that.
It's in Nebraska. I think if we're coming off of three wins in a row, Raiola's clicking, and he hasn't really faced a defense yet, so he still has confidence. I think that he'll be. I think he's probably going to throw some picks in this game, but I think he's still willing to throw the ball around. As long as he doesn't throw so many picks, he shuts down throwing.
Okay.
I think we're okay. If he throws 2 picks, I think, and that's kind of where we stop. Nebraska's running game should be a little better this year. I think we can eke out a win. Our defense was pretty stout last year for being a growing, and I think it's supposed to be getting better. So I think it's going to be close. I do think this is a swing game, which, I mean, if we lose this, I think it can derail Nebraska's season. If they win, I think we carry a lot of momentum going forward. But I'm going to go ahead and put it as a very close win.
No, I actually have that game circled on my calendar because I'm very interested in it. Again, I've said it before. I'm a Matt Rule guy. I love what he does. I love what he stands for. And I think he needs time to really switch this program around. This is going to be a growing pains year. And I'm excited to watch that game big time. Yep. All right. So
Michigan State's
what are you?
next. So,
No, I meant you're what? 4-0?
Yep.
All right. So the next one will be Michigan State
At
in
Nebraska.
Lincoln.
Yep. So I think that's a win.
Okay.
So that gives me that's 5.
Yep. Nebraska at Maryland in Annapolis.
Yeah. So I actually think this is going to be a loss.
All right. Is that
if we
cold
go
weather?
No.
Well, y'all are cold weather.
Yeah. No. It's because Maryland's got a fast team. They always are, right? And I think that if we were running in 5 wins in a row, we beat Michigan. We're feeling a little cocky. Michigan State just sucks. I think we go into Maryland, and because the team, Matt Rules has not got his culture fully there yet,
Right.
they take their feet off the gas. The team does, and I think that this is a wake-up call game, and they lose.
Interesting. All right. The next week is going to be Nebraska at Minnesota.
Yeah, this could go either way.
The Golden Gophers.
Yeah. Was rowing the boat. We're up there rowing the dumb boat. I'm gonna have to go win just because I need them to win this game. So I think it's gonna be close too. But I think that it's because they lost to Maryland. Rules put their foot up their butt, and they're coming back and they're fighting hard. And it's always fun to beat somebody on their home turf. And I think they beat Minnesota close.
Okay. Is there a trophy associated with this game?
That's not the 7 pieces of a broken chair game, is it?
Yes, it is. I just looked it up.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it
Yeah.
is. I knew there was a gate. I knew there was a trophy. There was a trophy associated with this. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Northwestern
At Nebraska.
at Nebraska.
Nebraska wins. It's closer than it should be because Northwestern's going to be trash all season, but for some reason Northwestern always plays us close. But we will win.
Okay.
So I'm at
next
hold on
week's
1, 2, 5, 6. So I'm at 7.
So you're 7-0 at this point.
No, 7-1.
7-1.
Yeah.
Here you go, Huskers. Let's see. USC Junior. Well, that's really technically USC.
Yeah.
So the Trojans at Nebraska in Lincoln.
Yep.
Big time game.
Yep. I think it's going to be a win. Yep.
I hope that USC is doing well and this is like a big night game.
Yeah. I hope that game day is at this game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a W.
Yep.
You and your guest will get to go to UCLA and see Nico
Yeah.
live. Nebraska at UCLA. What do you think?
Depends on time of the game. If it's a night game, like the late night game.
Yeah.
Which it's Big Ten now, and the Big Ten doesn't play a lot of night games in November.
That's because they're trying to hit that East Coast audience. That's what that is.
Well, and you know Michigan didn't even have lights in their stadium until a couple years ago, right?
Really?
Yeah. Like
I didn't know that.
Yeah, when they played a night game, I think it's probably like 5 years. It's when Nebraska joined the Big Ten, so it's been a while. But that was the first time Michigan ever played a night game. Yeah,
that's
at their home.
Absolutely crazy. To me.
No, I haven't been following UCLA a whole lot. They beat us last. Did they beat us last year? I think they did.
Yeah, 27-20.
Yeah,
at home.
Yeah,
they were in Lincoln, so yeah.
I think it's gonna be. We're gonna lose one of the two. We're gonna lose to either USC or UCLA. So yeah, I'm gonna put this up as a loss. Yeah.
Okay. All right. The next one will be Nebraska at Penn State.
Yeah.
Potential number 1 team, number 2 team.
Yeah.
What was it you said they were ranked at?
4, something like that. Yeah. So here's the thing: if Penn State is rolling, I haven't looked at their schedule to see who they played up to this point, but let's say Penn State is top 5 in this game, and let's say Nebraska for some reason has only got the one loss to either Maryland or Michigan, and we've beat everybody else, or just USC, right? This could be a whiteout game, right? Okay. I mean, it could be a big game, like with Big Ten championship, type stuff on the line. But I do see Nebraska. Absolutely. I see Nebraska losing to Penn State at Penn State. I don't know the last time Nebraska played there. That's a very hostile environment. If that's a night game, it could be loud.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's right. All right, and for the Heroes Trophy, Iowa at Nebraska.
Yeah,
the Iowanians. Is this the rivalry game?
This is it.
Because this is it.
This is it. Yep, it's always on Black Friday.
True hatred for the Iowanians.
They're so dumb. Their corn even sucks. But this is gonna be a win. So I got us at 9 wins. That's a tall man. That's a tall order. We've got a really easy schedule. I mean, outside of Michigan, Penn State, and possibly USC, depending on how their season's going. Those are really our only 3 juggernaut games. Now Nebraska's crappy enough that we can shoot ourselves in the foot. We've proven that for the last 20 years. But 9 is feasible to me. 9 wins is feasible. Now, if we get to 8 wins plus for the season, I'm happy. That's the right direction. We need to get to 8. I think if we're at 7, we're just treading water with how easy this schedule is. So that's kind of how I fall on that. Yeah. So, all right. So we need we need to do 5, 4, 3. Is that right?
We did 5. So we did 5. So we need to do 4.
Oh, 4, 3, 2. No, actually, let's just go 4, 3.
Okay. So 4 is the ASW Optic Promise. It was 84. The Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye was at 87. And that's number 3.
Number 3. So today's is number 3.
No, I have this keyed wrong, actually. If you look at it, it's number 2.
Oh, I don't have it pulled up. So
yeah, it's actually number 2.
So what's number 3?
So it goes Jack Daniels is number 2, ASW is 3, Michter's is 4, the
Okay.
Dickel bottle, and it's just one behind. It's
Okay.
5.
Okay.
So I just keyed it wrong. My bad.
All right. Next question should be quick. Then we'll do the top 2, and then we'll go into my one serious question of the night.
All right.
So you're not allowed to have a top tier pistol. So no Glocks, no Sigs, no Smith & Wessons, no. I'm going to give you a list that you get to choose from, okay?
Okay.
So this is your, let's call them economy range 9mm.
Okay.
You get one of the following.
Okay.
What are you choosing? A Taurus TS9, a Canik TP9, a Ruger Security 9, a High Point Yeet Cannon 9, or a SAR USA SAR 9.
Probably going to take the Canik. I have shot a Canik, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. It definitely felt like a budget pistol, but I liked it. So yeah, I would go with the Canik. That's the TP9, right?
The TP9, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I would go with.
I'm the same place because the Canik has a fantastic trigger, actually, for the price point.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do. Yep. And the one that I shot was kind of cool. It had been Cerakoted, like red and yellow, so it kind of like looked like Iron Man armor. I don't know. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I like Canik. I think they're Turkish.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I think they're good. It shoots good. Like it's kind of hard to say a whole lot, but it's a striker fired pistol, so it's going to shoot a lot like a Glock. The take up on the trigger, I remember being very smooth. I've shot some Smiths and some Tauruses where they were that kind of two-stage trigger, and the take up was rough. It felt like you were dragging it across the gravel,
Yep.
The reset is always nice. It's a nice, very familiar kind of Glockish reset. So I do the Canik, man.
Yep, I'm the same place. I'm the same thing. I've owned Tauruses in the past. For the price, I mean, I don't think they're a terrible gun, but they are very spongy triggered. I've not been around a Ruger Security 9 at all, but I know they sell well. The Yeet Cannon, the High Point, sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it. And actually, I haven't even ever seen a SAR 9 in real life, so I can't.
I'll have to Google that. I don't even know what that is. Is it a BP 9?
It's just called the SAR 9, SAR 9. Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, so before the last question, we need a number 2, number 1.
It looks like a Ruger. It looks like a Ruger.
Well,
never seen one of those. What is this, like some kind of French pistol?
It's SAR USA. I don't know.
That's everybody's got a USA.
That's true. That's true.
It's a Turkish gun too.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, cool.
The clones.
Yeah. They're cloning economy pistols. Are we in a weird
that's where we're at now.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Number 2, number 1.
So again, I got these backwards. So number 1 is the 13th Colony double oaked, and number 2 is the single barrel rye that we did today.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So,
and there's
not a lot of change in the top 10. The only change we've seen was the Jack Daniels that we did today. Again, shout out Nathan, thank you very much. And then the ASW Toasted Fiddler.
Yep.
Made it in.
Yep. You get in that upper echelon, it's hard to knock the king off, right? So
yeah, but like you said, if you go back and you look in the 60s, man, there's a lot of 63s, a lot of 64s,
Yeah.
There's a lot of 72s, 71s, there's a couple 75s. So
I mean, it's just like baseball. You get rid of the top 5 pitchers and you're trying to build a rotation. There's a lot of guys you can put in the middle there,
Yeah, that's right.
So,
well, and I think the other thing too is that there's a lot of saturation in the market. Like I saw today where Sazerac, which is a Buffalo Trace product, they're going to release a 100 proof rye, and it's like, okay, well, like you can't hardly find regular Sazerac. You certainly can't find the big boy Sazerac that's like the B-Tac, you know, like we're just going to casually drop 100 proof rye just like on a Tuesday. That's what we're doing, you know? So,
I mean, as long as you can find it. I can get Sazerac here pretty readily.
like just the
Sazerac rye.
regular,
Yeah.
yeah. yeah I've seen that bottle here locally for $200 behind the counter on a shelf.
It's $60.
If that.
Yeah.
I think it may be less than that.
Yeah. That's stupid.
Saturation, baby.
Yep. All right. So, last question, serious question.
All right.
Change it up here. If you want to play some solemn music here. How do you keep from falling in to the mundane routine of life where you get up, you go to work, you come home, spend time with the family, play you used to play Splitgate, now you're playing Destiny again. And then you go to bed. Like, and not that routine is bad, but where it's like you're just a robot doing the mundane.
Yeah, that's a good question that I honestly wish you would have given me some time to prepare for. I think where I'm at and where the Lord's been like working in my heart is like I'm just excited to see like what he's going to do, you know? So like when I wake up and I'm like, you know, I pray and I want to like sanctify my day, you know? So I get up like before my feet ever hit the floor, you know, I just say like, Lord, like today is your day. Like I want to honor you with the things I say, the things that I do, the things I think, like my thoughts are yours. Like my body is yours, you know, like I just want to like have this moment of like sanctification every morning before I do anything, you know? And so by doing that, like I really try to have this running dialogue of like, what do I need to do here? You know, like God, what's going on here? You know? And so I'm excited to see like who God's going to bring into my life and who's going to come through my door, you know? And some of that's going to be family, you know, some of that's going to be like Ashley may call and go, hey, like, you know, her niece and her husband, like, hey, they're coming over, which is great. You know, like we love having them around and it may be that my nephew who lives across the street, like walks in, you know, or it could be like a vendor that comes to see me about something. So I really just that kind of level of like, what is God doing? And like, where can I fit in? You know, where can I be useful in the kingdom of God every day? You know, and I'm trying to be more. And look, I don't know if I've ever said this like on the podcast, and I think you probably feel the same way, but like I don't have it just because I sit here and talk with you. Like I don't have it figured out. I don't have the answers. Like this is a step by step like process for me too, you know, and some of this is accountability to a degree to like, if you're going to get up here on this podcast and you're going to say these things, like you got to walk it how you talk it. You know what I mean? Like you got to live it. If you're going to sit here and claim to be these things, like you got to do it.
Yeah.
And so I think like, I want to be able to just be a part of God's kingdom. You know, I want to be, I think about the story in Numbers, where like God talks about how Caleb lived his life and he was different. And so like everyone who didn't believe, it's in Numbers, is chapter 14. You can go read it. But comes a point where God like just says, you know, you will not enter and occupy the land I swore to give you. The only exception will be Caleb. And that's because of how Caleb lived his life, you know? And so for me, I'm really just looking for opportunities to be Caleb, you know? And right now, it's like, and I don't feel like it's a form. I think as men, like, we just want to cowboy up, you know? We just want to say, well, you know, just pull our pants up or pull our boots up and say, you know, well, I can just try harder. And you can't. Like you're going to run out. Your battery is going to run out, you know, and you're going to get burnout. And so for me, like I want it to be like a softening of my heart, you know, like I really do want it to be like I just want it to I want to be Caleb, you know, Like I just want it to be a posture shift of where can I honor God, and I'm trying to be more bold, and that's not my personality at all. But like that's how I know like moving in the right direction is because I'm trying to I step outside of that comfort zone, you know.
Yep. Yeah.
So
No, I think. I mean, like for me, like you talking about, like we got to live it out. I mean, it's easy to say things, but to apply them is the hard part.
it is.
And I don't know. To me, the routine, mundane. I mean, it's because of the fall, right? We become familiar. Like that's familiarity and stuff just becoming routine. I think in mundane is because of our sin nature, and we lose aspects of what it is God's doing in us. But
Yeah.
and you can, like for me, I constantly have to war against it, and usually lose the war more than I win. But is like, okay, yeah, like I'm going to go to work. I'm going to work hard because I'm working for the Lord, not for my boss, right? And so I do that, and then I'm going to go home and I'm going to spend time with the family and kill spider. Sorry. And then like spend time with the family, hang out with my kids. We're going to read the Bible, and I'm not doing it just because it's like a box to fill. But I know my motivation is because this is what honors the Lord, and this is what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
But it's the routine just becomes this like robotic experience. Does that make sense? And so then it's like, okay, do this, go to bed, sleep, wake up, do it again. And so to fight against that's like really hard. And what got me thinking about it is, so I love music, right? I love music, and there's certain songs that like I gravitate towards. I don't know why. And I was listening to one, and Liz and I were driving the other day, and I'm like, I really like the song. And she just looked at me. She's like, why do you like this song? I was like, what do you mean? She's like, it's sad. It's like depressing. I'm like, no, it's not. It's this and this. She's like, well, no. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's heavy. And she's like, well, yeah, but it's. And I was like, I like it because it makes you feel something. And she's like, you don't feel anything in these songs? I'm like, no, it's just the same thing you hear every day. It's routine. Yeah. And so then I'm like, oh, crap, am I not feeling the things of my life because they're routine, right? And so like, and so it started making me like think about it, like, like, do I spend time with my kids? Yeah, like I do it because I'm like they deserve it and I'm supposed to give it to them and this kind of stuff. But do I take the good part of that and apply it? Like, hey, enjoy this. Like this is a gift,
Yeah.
And so I think that this fighting against the mundane routine thing it's not something we can do passive. Like we have to remember, like we've got to keep God in priority, and like, hey God, like open me up to enjoying or not enjoying the things that I have to go through, as opposed to just robotically going through them. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I get that, and I don't want to be the guy who just looks at everything and goes, "That's the devil." Like I tripped. Oh, that was the devil. Like we are at war. Spiritual warfare is real. It's something that we fight against every day, right? So again, I there's a balance there. Like I understand what it is, but I definitely don't want to be it's the devil on everything. I got indigestion. It's the devil, right?
Yeah.
Um,
There must have been a demon in that Taco Bell. No, it was just Taco Bell.
No, it was the grade D meat that you're eating.
That's right.
At 11 o'clock at night. But I do think, like, the devil was cunning enough to convince a third of God's angels to follow him, And so I think in some of that, like, there's some smoke and mirrors there, Like, and I mentioned this earlier in the year, but like, my oldest, she's a senior. Like we have no more time. We have a year left with her. When Ashley moved off to college, she never moved back home. Like she went to college, she and I met, we got married, we started a family, and like that's a real possibility. And so I think that's where the devil just uses some like the busyness of life and the mundaneness of just feeling like you got to check boxes to kind of smoke and mirrors to distract you from you know, like being able to just push pause and like put your phone down and, kind of do those things, because like as men, you can't look back and you can't make up for what you weren't there for, but like you can be present now,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, you've heard the old adage, men are waffles and women are spaghetti.
Yeah.
And so, which I think there's a lot of truth to that. Is I know for me, like I compartmentalize, right? So I've got like work, like I'm like basically Severance. I don't know if you've seen the TV show Severance, but like I go to work,
No.
I have my work life, I come home, I have my home life, and the two don't really intersect, right?
Yeah.
But I think when we get in the mundane routine and we just get into the rhythm, what we do is, yeah, we are functioning in square A, which might be work, but we're thinking
Right.
about square B. Like we're preparing in our mind. So after work, I've got to do square B when I get home. And so we're preparing for
Right.
that. And then we get home. And so let's say, like for me, I come home after I do a few little chores, I shower, and then it's like me and the kid time, right? And
Right.
so while Liz is cooking supper. And so then while I'm hanging out with the kids, I'm thinking, okay, like, yeah, I'm interacting with them. But in my brain, I'm in the next step. Like, okay, now after I get the kids done, I've got to help Liz with the dishes, talk to her. So then when I'm talking to her, I'm not in that moment. I'm the next step. Now I gotta get kids ready for bed. And I'm never like, yeah, I'm functioning in the square, but I'm residing in the next step because I'm in the routine. I'm in the system. And so we've got to like we've got to be in the moment we're in. And I'm not saying don't ever think about the future. What I'm saying though is don't give up the present for the future. And I know it's like some big dumb saying, but like I know for me that's a constant, because I am a planner. Like I know my personality. I'm a planner. I want everything done correctly. I want it done efficiently, and I want it done now. And so the best way to do that's to plan and be ready. And I'll just find myself like, oh, nope, I gotta finish this so I can get to here, and be done and go to bed. And so yeah, I mean, like it's funny how Satan will use like even proper things to distort us away from where God would have us, right? And so like, yeah, like if you were to take a picture from the outside and be like, oh, look at Aaron, like he's doing great. He's spending time with his kids. He's helping his wife do the dishes. He's talking to her. He's this. He's got his house clean. All this. Well, yes, but I'm not there. You know what I mean? And so I'm in the routine. I'm the next step ahead. I'm not there. And so I think that for me it's just a constant, like, I mean, it's prayer, like wisdom and discernment, right? Like in all things. I mean, that's my constant prayer. It always goes back to that. But I think that it's something that in my life I've noticed here recently that is a temptation, is for me to be just in the mundane routine. And I started thinking like, well, I mean, if I'm falling for it, I might be the only person, but I don't assume I'm the only person, right? So it's kind of why I thought it'd be
No, I fought that. No, it's a good question. I really fought that a lot when I was working patrol, like night shift patrol, especially because like I would keep my schedule. So when we rotated on the night shift for 2 months, like even on my days off, like I may not sleep as late. I would get up early, but I still stayed up all night. Like it was just easier for me to be focused, because it's not necessarily a job you want to be tired at. But there were a couple rotations that it was like, I mean, all I wanted to do was just like do that, exactly what you're talking about, where it's like, all right, we've checked this box, and looking back, it was just probably not healthy.
Those were some very, very good video game years.
Yeah. That was back when Destiny was good. And, no, but I think the Lord, like he looked after me in that, like, in that I didn't, because like, especially in public safety, like, and not just public safety, honestly, really anything, but like you just get to where like, I think that leads to burnout if you're not careful, So I think the Lord led me out of that. I'm definitely a little bit more, free flowing and loose with some of the things that we do. I'm still going to fuss about it.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to gripe and complain because that's just what I do.
Well, and
then
it's
I'm
not.
definitely a little bit more
It either leads
open
to
to it.
it either leads to burnout or checkout, right?
Yeah.
And so like, and checkout, that's what leads to the ultimate checkout, right? And so you check out of just life because you're
Yeah.
in the routine, and that's when in your brain, in your mind, you start thinking like, is this all there is, right? And then that's where
Yeah.
depression can set in.
Yeah. And I agree. And I think, it leads in a spiritual sense to the hardening of the heart,
Yeah,
um, because you just get burnt out and you get tired of asking for the same prayer or praying the same prayer or, listening to the same songs or whatever, and I think that, it leads people down to the road of a hard heart, and that leads to, like Jesus being done with you, like it's not something fun to talk about, and it's not something that's like always, I guess jumped up and down on like in a pulpit, but God has been good, and he forgives and he forgives and he forgives. But there, there comes a point where like you can't hit reset on forgiveness anymore. Like
yeah,
when your heart gets hard, and God's just not going to tolerate it. And it's not something that's really talked a lot about, but it's something that you have to be alert for, like,
yeah. Well,
um,
one of the very sobering verses to me, I mean, is when it says God is slow to anger.
yeah,
It doesn't say God never angers, right?
yep,
And so, but yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, for me, like I'm a very routine oriented person. I mean, it's like at work, I'm very routine. So falling into mundane routine is a constant temptation for me. And so
yep,
it's prayer. It's, and just literally reminding myself like to, to, um, to be in the moment and,
yeah,
and build some spontaneity, right?
yep,
Just, and luckily, the Lord has blessed me with a wife that keeps me grounded in that, right? And so like,
yeah,
um,
amen,
we're that very like common. I don't know if you saw that meme on that's going around that says like me and the wife going to church, like we're eating at home today to save money, and then me and the wife after church looking at each other as we drive by a Mexican restaurant and pulling in,
yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah. So that's our family. It's like this past Sunday we were like, and we are like we're definitely like we've got house projects we're trying to
yeah,
to keep our money tight. And but man, we just like nobody wanted to cook when we got home. Nothing was ready, and we drove by Mexico. I'm like, the kids like we can do if we do 3 meals and all split it, even though there's 4 of us. Like Mexican restaurant gives you a lot of food, and there's free chips
yeah,
and salsa. We can make this work.
yeah,
And we just
yeah,
and we stopped in, and my wife's like, "This is fantastic. Like
yeah.
this is a great day," you know.
No, yeah, there's something about it. When Ashley came back from Seattle, she came home. They got home like super late. She got up the next morning, and I got home from work, and I was like, "Babe, I missed you. I'm glad you're home." And she was like, and I was like, "What?" I'd just gotten home from work, and she was like, I just need some family time together." And I was like, "Yeah, sure. I could get that. You've been gone for 7 days." And she just kind of kept saying it, and I was like, "Do you need family time over chips and salsa?" And she was like, "Yes, that's where we need to spend."
Yeah. But it's just a good like that small break because we don't go out to eat a lot, And so when we did like that little thing we did different, like it was just energy, to the family, and it was good. And I think it's, I mean, I get it, man. It's like we're going along here, but still, it gets hard because you get in this routine, and especially like where the economy's at, and if you're you got plans and a budget, you're trying to stick to it. And so you're just staying tight in all these things. And like the only way the budget works is for us to stay in the routine. Like I get it, but you can like the smallest little interruptions to the routine for a good reason
Yep.
can be the difference, and it might not be going out to eat. It might be, hey, you know what? Today, instead of like coming home and eating supper, we're going to come home. The wife's got a picnic basket, and we're going to head up to the lake, and we're going to sit by the lake and eat dinner. It could be something like that. But it's just very, yeah, like falling into the mundane routine. It sounds. 15 years ago, I wouldn't have said it's a heart issue, and now I definitely see that it is. Right? I mean,
It is. It is, brother. Like it is, man. And I've been in this study in Numbers 14. That's why I've referenced Caleb, but like I want to go back to it because, like, you know, doors and again, this isn't like the fun, popular part of the Lord that we always talk about, but like doors have closed in your life because of disobedience. You know, and so some of them have permanently closed, and that's just the way it is. But like there's new doors to be open. But the thing is that the door that Jesus stands at, that he wants to come in and he wants to like meet with us and like rekindle that relationship, but it's a one-sided door. Like only we can open that door. And he's there, he's waiting. So like I think that's where sometimes like men get discouraged. It's like, no, man, the opportunity is still there. Like there's never a chance that it's gone too far. Um, because you got to think like no one willingly hardens their heart. You know, they
well,
do it because
you're
they do it because they've been deceived into sin.
well.
Like sin causes that.
This conversation can go really long now, because the way I look at it is everybody's heart is hardened unless God softens it.
Right.
Like no one would choose Christ on their own ability. It's only via the Holy Spirit drawing us to Him that we make that decision.
Right.
But that's like I said, we could go real far in that.
But where we both agree is that it is a heart issue.
Yes.
Like
yeah,
it doesn't matter. It's a heart issue, and as men, like we gotta have like checks and balances.
Yeah.
Like we gotta have like brothers who can like shake some sense into us and go, "What are you doing?" I mean, I always go back to because I am so Wesleyan. Like I go back to like the bands and being able to look at a brother in his face and go, "How is it with you, man? Like, are you struggling? Like, what do you have? Like what's going on? Like, and some of that, I guess you could probably self-regulate, but some of that you do need some accountability to.
Absolutely.
So
we all need Jonathans. We need Jonathans, and then do not, if you're married, don't forget the blessing that your wife is. Like, I mean, she's a helper, and she's not just a helper around the house. She's not just a helper with the kids. She's a helper with your soul. And so there's attributes
actually balances me so well. Like we truly do. Like it's not an opposites attract thing for us, but we just balance each other really well.
And God gave women a different. I mean, like the whole spaghetti thing. Like they can pull the stuff together that we compartmentalize.
Yeah. But I think ultimately, like where this leads is, if you're not seeking Jesus, if you're not trying to open the door that he stands in, if you're just willingly choosing sin and you're letting your heart get hard, right? The hardening of the heart, like that's how you end up wandering in a wilderness. Like that's how you end up just like, well, I don't know where God left me. No, I don't think so. We've made some decisions that have gotten us here, So
yeah.
So
Yep.
Those are my thoughts.
No, it's good.
That's a good question. I would have loved to have been able to prepare for that.
No, I told you these are going to be the off the cuff, because I literally wrote that down 5 minutes before we started. So
yeah, but it's perfect, man, because like I said, I've been in this study in Numbers, and like that's what it's talking about. It's talking about like it's referencing like the Hebrew verse that talks about encourage one another daily as long as it's today. And it goes through this story of Caleb and Moses, and it's just like spirit led. You can't tell me anything different. So and again, that's one of those things where like how do you fight the mundane? Well, like somebody, and not you, but somebody may look at that and go, "Oh, what a coincidence!" No, man, like that was spirit led. Like this conversation was like ordained from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like so.
Yep. All right. Well. We kept you guys a little long, and we were a little late getting this episode out, so that we're giving you a little bonus to kind of shore it back up. But do you want to close us in prayer, and we'll get out of here for the night?
Yeah, absolutely. Father, thank you for our time together. Thank you that despite our busy lives, we're able to carve out some time to just check in with each other as friends, but also hopefully lead our listeners to maybe some of their own like checks and balances, Father. We pray that we would just be able to represent you well, that we would be able to honor you well with everything that we do and say. Ultimately, all of this, as much as we like doing it, is just a chance for us to honor you. We're thankful for your son, Jesus. We're thankful for the opportunities that he gives to just seek us daily. We pray that anyone's heart that may be hardened, Father, we ask that you would soften that you would just stir that brother or that sister that's listening, that they would be able to just feel that nudge and feel that urge and turn back to you, Father. It would be a true heart turn. Just pray again for our listeners. And if we've said anything in error, we ask that you would just cover that with grace. And we are again thankful for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. We ask this in his name. Amen.
Amen. All right. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us tonight, and we'll catch you next time on the manhood.neat podcast. I'm actually watching the rest of the Avengers tonight with my kids. We're going through the MCU, so I will not be playing any Splitgate.
Man, I love that. That's so awesome.
So